the pier, I hear the seagulls cry. The waves crash hard, but my city stands high. From the plains to the Amex, I know every stone brightens my heartbeat, it's in my bones. Lights and zone can't take my home. No outsiders sit on my throne. I've lived the life, I've walked the streets. This city's soul is part of me. They come and go, but they don't see the struggles, the dreams, the history. I felt the rain, I fought the fight for Brighton's people, for Brighton's rights. Lights and zone can't take my home. No outsiders sit on my throne. I've lived the life, I've walked the streets. This city's soul is part of me. They come and go, but they don't see the struggles, the dreams, the history. I felt the rain, I fought the fight for Brighton's people, for Brighton's rights. Brighton zone can't take my home. No outsiders sit on my throne. I've lived the life, I've walked the streets. This city's soul is part of me. No pretenders, no deceit. Brighton rises on its feet. Time for change, time to lead. A Brighton heart is what we need. Lights and zone can't take my home. No outsiders sit on my throne. I've lived the life, I've walked the streets. This city's soul is part of me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is 6:46 on Wednesday, the 12th of February 2025. You're watching Matt Taylor TV. I'm your host, Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. Who are you going to vote for as the next Brighton mayor? You got it. Your one and only, your truly, Matt Taylor. So welcome, everyone. Hope you're all well. We're opening up the airwaves. We're opening up the airtime. We're opening up the digital safe space, so to speak. You know what I mean. Just in case any of you had forgotten, you are watching Matt Taylor TV. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi, as I always say to my guests. Running across the bottom of the screen is a list of all my blogs. I'm a prolific blogger, don't you know? So you can catch out some new blogs at guerrillademocracy.blogspot.com. That's my premiere blog. And that's where you'll be finding my election campaign propaganda. Who's going to be the next Brighton mayor? Yes, you've got it. So, welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. When I always say at times like this, don't be shy, jump on in and say hi. Because ultimately, this show is nothing without you, the audience. I know a lot of people cannot stand it. And I know a lot of people watch it from behind their sofas. But either way, you're watching it, and that's the main thing, isn't it, hey? As long as you're watching, I'm very grateful. So, there's always things I want to get off my chest. And something I want to share with you is about friendship. Now listen, and it's difficult for me to get this off my chest because the last thing I want to do is offend anyone, but I know offending is my middle name. I seem to offend people without meaning to, and that's something I live with on a daily basis. And kind of like, as a middle-aged man, I've got used to offending, so it doesn't particularly bother me when I offend. But still, you know, it's something I don't like to boast about, and it's something I'd like to apologise beforehand to you, my dear audience. And so, what I really want to get across to you is that, listen, I don't expect to make friends on YouTube, and I'm sorry if this does offend people, but none of you are my friends, in the sense that I haven't met you. A lot of you are just names, faces, and voices on the internet. Okay, I mean, you know, and can you call someone a friend just by their name, voice, and face? Of course you can. And so, you know, while I like to think I have friends, I'm also aware that I have no friends. And really, should anyone be your friend that you meet online? For me, the people who I truly refer to as friends are those people who I've met in real life, are those people who I've spent time with, who I've looked into their eyes. We all know the old saying, by looking into the eyes, you can look into the soul. And yeah, and that's how I kind of like gauge friends, is from the people I've spoken to face, by the people I've looked to in the eye, so to speak. And so I do find it a bit peculiar, and it doesn't come natural to me when people refer to me as their friend. Because really, are we anyone's friend? Aren't we all just people we come across online? So I just wanted to get that across anyway. What else did I want to get across? Yeah. Are we going to talk? Are we going to talk, or are we just going to bitch? Yeah, or are we going to decide what all this is all about, ultimately? Hello, Katie. Thanks for coming in. I mean, hey, listen. You talk about friendships, but you know very well that I've lied to you all. Is that what a friend would do? Surely not. Surely not. And Katie and I really say we're friends in the big scheme of things. We've never met. We've never spoken. Mind you, we have online, of course. But listen, again, I find it a bit unnerving. Let's not be my friend, okay? You know, for me personally, it's all a bit. With friendship comes obligation, isn't it? And who wants obligation? It's only online, for goodness sake. Why should any of us feel obliged for anybody else we've met online? You have your reasons, which are totally understandable. We all have our reasons. We all have our justifications, haven't we? You know. But ironically, I would lie again to protect a friend. And I think that just sums up that we all have flaws. I certainly don't pretend I'm perfect. But listen, for those people who've used YouTube as a social media platform for the last 10 years, you know, we know what's flowed under the bridge. You know, we've got this great medium of screenshotting and recording. And so whatever of interest that's been said over the last 10 years, you can bet your bottom dollar it's been recorded, screenshotted, and filed away on the mouse's hard drive. And so we're always going to refer back to incidents from yesteryear. It's what happens on YouTube. And so I find it a bit peculiar that now all of a sudden we're getting pulled up. And hey, listen, we're all going to get pulled up on what we said yesteryear. It's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? Fair enough. But listen, I'm not going to pretend things weren't said just to save people's blushes. You know, what was said was said. What was said by you was said by you. What was said by me was said by me. Whether at the time we were in a different headspace to what we say now, that's fine. But still, what was said by you was said, and what was said by me was said. Okay, we can explain it away, we can justify it, we can excuse it, but it's been done, and it don't matter. It don't matter what was said because none of us are under any obligation to each other. Yes, it's nice to call each other friends, of course it is. But does that really make us friends? Katie says, well said. Mind you, Katie says a lot of stuff that I say well said to too. And that's ultimately, YouTube is a massive environment, and like-minded people will congregate around like-minded people. You know, and without getting controversial, anyone who's cozied up to Mr. Weasel, I would naturally shy away from. You know, like-minded people congregate around like-minded people. If in the past, certain people in the audience have valued Mr. Weasel as a dear friend, I would naturally shy away from that person. So listen, some of us like to call each other friends, but are we truly friends? Of course we are. Until it comes to something in which we say, oh no, it never was. Hey, listen, YouTube is a box full of contradictions. And I like to think I'm a personification of those YouTube contradictions. Because most of the time, I haven't got the foggiest about what's going on in this crazy place. I really haven't. And I suspect neither of you. You know, we're all fumbling around on this digital space, trying to work it all out, trying to make sense of the dynamics. And, you know, today was an eye-opener. It really was. I wasn't expecting to deal with certain emotions as I've had to deal with today. But you know, that I suppose that's all part and part and thingy of the parcel. A big hello to Justin using the name Sparkle Got Section. That username opens up a big umbrella of conversation, doesn't it? Just as we say with all of us fumbling around on YouTube, working out the alleyways, the gangways, and the sharp turns, casualties. There are casualties along the way. And one of those casualties was Sparkle. And that's a conversation, you know, that hasn't really been had. A conversation that should be had. So, listen, Mr. Weasel. Is Mr. Weasel going to come on and have a chat with me? Or are we going to carry on this silly merry-go-round of insults? Are we going to put things to bed? Or are we going to carry on throwing sticks and stones at each other? Are we going to make the most of the opportunity we have on YouTube? Or are we just going to abuse it and abuse it? Justin says, unfortunately, a lot of people just use others on YouTube for their own agenda. Yes, quite right. Yes, I mean, it goes back to the old Eurythmics song, isn't it? Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. Very interesting. I mean, look, I'll put my hand up and say, I've been used. I've been used and abused. I somewhat quite enjoyed it, to be fair. Strange. Strange indeed. Oh. Katie says, quality over quantity. Very nice. Nice little words of wisdom there. For me personally, I've always loved the idea of having my own TV show and hosting my own YouTube channel has brought me that little bit closer to living my dream of being on TV. I love it, I do. I love it. Cheeky monkey. So, Brighton Mayor. Yes, there you go. I'm looking forward to getting back into there's nothing I love better than playing politician. I know a lot of people when they're young used to play cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, doctors and nurses. But there was one game I liked to play, and that was politicians. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a game grown-ups can play. Well, grown-ups do play it, but there's nothing I love better than trying to convince a room full of people why they should vote for you. I love it. It's like stand-up for geeks. It really is. And so I'm getting that fire back in my belly. You know what I mean? I'm getting that fire back in my belly. I love it. I love a bit of electioneering. And so I'm looking forward to getting back onto the ballot, if you know what I mean. So listen, thanks ever so much for Katie and Jack, Justin, Convid, Sparkle Got Section. It's very nice of you to join me in here. But the crowd's a bit flat tonight, isn't it? It's a bit flat. I know. It started off a bit of a gust today because there's nothing better to there's nothing better to get the blood pumping than a bit of controversy. You know what I mean? There's a bit of controversy, and we do love a bit of controversy, don't we? Controversy equals views. The mocker is afraid of you, Matt. Now we're talking about Mr. Weasel. Hey, listen. Listen up, and listen up well. I'm a bit reluctant to tell you this, okay? But I'm a bit of a gangster. Okay, I'm a bit of a fake gangster. I put my hands up to it. But I like to think I'm a bit of a gangster. So when I was young and everyone was playing cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, doctors and nurses, I like to play politics, but I also like to play gangster. I like to play a bit of the gangster. And so in my flights of fancy, right? In my flights of fancy, I do like to pretend I'm a gang boss. You know what I mean? Okay, fam. I like to pretend I'm like Al Pacino. And so when I come across little scrote bags, was it scrote bags or squat bags? One or the other. When I come across little scrot bags, scrotums, like Mr. Weasel, big mouthing, making out he's the big guy, and belittling and bad mouthing me, I'll tell you what happens. I get my back up. I get my fucking back up. And I think to myself, who's this little scrot bag? Who's this little scrotum bad mouthing me? Don't he realise I'm a gangster? Don't he realise I'm the head of a firm? Don't he realise I'm the godfather? And that's what my fantasy plays like. And quite frankly, this Mr. Weasel, he has got to be, without a doubt, the most pathetic individual YouTube has ever seen. He has, I mean, what on earth is this scrot, this testicle bag, this scrotum, I think is a testicle bag, isn't it? Scrotum. What on earth is this scrotum doing, bad mouthing me? He's obviously had some super pills that day. What can he do about it? You know, what can he do about it? There's not really much, is there? Yes. Yes, cheers for that, yes. I know. There still hasn't been an apology for that, has it? But mind you, are we ever going to get an apology from? Of course we're not. Of course we're not. Because, you know, these individuals are always right, aren't they? They're always spot on. Oh, man. Oh, I mean, all I'm thinking about is just, if only we had the opportunity to talk. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about violence. I'm not talking about getting in the ring with anyone. I'm just talking about talking. If only we had the opportunity just to talk this out. You know, like adults, like mature people. Let's just talk it out. Let's just have a polite, mature, adult conversation. You know, we can end all this hostility. What is it all about? But I don't think they're willing to talk. Otherwise, we would have talked a long time ago. You know, and he is afraid to talk to you, Matt. I think he is afraid to talk to me. Yeah, I think he is afraid because he knows where he's come from are lies. And honestly, there's nothing when somebody else tells you your story. I mean, what made my story in Washington, my shit story, so good was the building. The building was the FBI building. But when you hear Mr. Weasel tell my story, he omits to include the pertinent piece of information that it wasn't just any building. No, it was the FBI building. That's what made the whole story. And again, you know, it does get my back up hearing somebody else trying to tell my story. It's like, what on earth are you doing? What on earth are you doing? His insecurity levels are sky high. Yeah. Evidently, that's why he does it. That's exactly why he does it. Oh, so sad. Look, I'm just going to play a promotional video. Oh, we got Emily. Hello, Emily. Hello, Emily. I'll just play a promotional video. I'll be back in a mojo.
Rock solid. Evidence that he's a skilled liar and actor, but still insists he's a real honest person. Insanity. No soul, either empty vessels make the most noise. Bad fruit from a bad tree. One can't help, but you can help repeating history. That news story is shameful and ironic. Common lies guilty without running from the army, as he cannot face responsibility. Depleting her savings in frivolous fashion, ended his family to leech off the system and still hide away. She passed away up there and he couldn't be bothered to go back and deal with it. Speaks volumes and no amount of lies and twisting reality can silence. Give silence. Give silence. Rock solid. Evidence that he's a skilled liar and actor, but still insists he's a real honest person. Insanity. No soul, either empty vessels make the most noise. Bad fruit from a bad tree. One can't help, but you can help repeating history. That news story is shameful and ironic. Common lies guilty about running from the army, as he cannot face responsibility. Depleting her savings in frivolous fashion, ended in Scotland to leech off the system and still hide away. She passed away up there and he couldn't be bothered to go back and deal with it. Speaks volumes and no amount of lies and twisting reality can silence. Can silence. Can silence.
Hello, Emily. This is a pleasant surprise. Hang on, let me just get my visuals up and then I shall get the chat up. So, hello, Emily. He doesn't give a fudge. How embarrassing. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? So, in case everyone doesn't know, Emily is the girlfriend of Mr. Weasel. Not very nice calling him Mr. Weasel. So he does really give a fudge, doesn't he? Or does he give a fudge or doesn't he? It was only a few months ago you were saying how Mr. Weasel's having such a tough time being mocked. You know, so what do you reckon's happening there, Emily? Would Harry ever come on and explain himself? Is it a fact that he really doesn't give a fudge about what we say about him? Is that true? And the only reason he does copyright strikes and privacy strikes is to use as a weapon? There's a lot of contradictions here, a lot of kind of like a lot of things that don't add up. And of course, the best way to add things up, to allow things to make sense, is to talk about it. You know, so what is it? Does Harry really not give a fudge about what's been said about him and only uses privacy strikes and copyright strikes as weapons? Or does he really care about what's said about him? If that's the case, he should be more aware of what he says about others. Over to Emily, who says, we have all had a bit of a bad time here and there. Wow. Don't you think so, eh, Emily? We've all had a bit of a bad time. That's life, isn't it, eh? That's life. That's definitely life. If ever there's been a truer word said, that's it. Hey, if ever there's been a truer word said, this is it. We have all had a bit of a bad time here and there. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. So, where's Harry then? Because Harry isn't far behind you, is he? So come on, Harry, make yourself known. Mind you, I could have him blocked. To be fair, I could have him blocked. And he may have run out of sock puppet accounts to come in on. But so, Emily, did you know that the mouse is really looking forward for you and Harry to start going live together? And you know, he or she prompts me that. I know a lot of people refer to Trouser Mouse as a granny, but I don't really, you know. But there's a chance that Trouser Mouse will come on and speak to you. Wouldn't that be? Isn't that incentive enough, eh? Isn't that incentive for you and Harry to start going live together? That mouse will come on and bestow upon your platform their presence. If ever there's a reason to start your own YouTube channel, that's it. So Harry's making spaghetti at the moment. Oh, lovely. Bet he's a lovely cook, isn't he, eh, Emily? I bet he looks after you because he's a gentleman, isn't he? Isn't Harry a gentleman? Only to the women he loves. He's not, from what I've seen about him, he's not very nice to other women. That's for sure. Smallest fiddle. Yes. There we go. You know, let's let 2025 be the year we all make amends and we all become friends. Wouldn't that be lovely? Don't you think that'd be lovely? I think that would be lovely, wouldn't it? We can all become friends. Yes, I'm sure he's very good to you. Oh, so squeeze. Oh, God. Yeah, so listen, all I'd like to have a little chat with Harry. Yes, I'd like to have a man-to-man. So they say. I'd like to have a man-to-man with Harry. You know, and fingers crossed, maybe one day that will happen. So, a lot of emojis going on. Emojis that. Oh, a little troll. Oh, he is though, isn't he? God. Yes, very nice. I like that little troll emoji. Very, very good. Yes. Yes, indeed. So, yes, but obviously he can't come now to have a chat because he's making spaghetti. Ooh. Ooh. Not seen it before. Yes. So, Emily, any other news from your camp? What brings you on to Matt Taylor TV? No, nothing. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Cool. Maybe in time. Maybe. My kids used to say to me, maybe means never. Oh, can we do this, Dad? Can we do this, Mum? Maybe. Oh, maybe means no. What we like to hear is definitely yes. Definitely maybe. Saw you was live. Saw you was live. I tell you, we're waiting until you go live, Emily. We're waiting until the Harry and Emily team go live. Wow. What a YouTube sensation that will be, eh? Because, you know, I'll just be so excited because Trouser Mouse will call in. Wouldn't that be amazing? Trouser Mouse said it, and you know how Trouser Mouse keeps to its word. So we've got Katie, Justin, and Emily in the house, and double figures watching. So listen, yeah, sponsored by vodka. Someone made the allegation that you'd driven Harry to the bottle. That wasn't very nice of them, was it? Hey, said too much. Said too much. YouTube's not what it used to be, eh? Let's get a joke from Alexa. Alexa, tell us a joke.
How does Darth Vader like his toast? On the dark side.
How does Darth Vader like his toast? On the dark side. Very good. Alexa, tell us another one.
Did you hear about the potato that's famous? It's a YouTuber.
Did you hear about the potato that's famous? It's a YouTuber. A YouTuber? I didn't even get it. Thank you, Alexa. Alexa, who's your daddy?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Who's your boss? Alexa, who's your boss?
I work for Amazon, but I'm here to help you.
Thank you, Alexa. So, What should we do then while we've got this opportunity? Well, I've had a bit of a busy day, to be fair. I've been electioneering. I had to pop out for something. I had to pop out, saw a man about a puppy, if you know what I mean. Done a bit of hard labour for him, you know what I mean? Won't say too much, but I had to pop out, see a man about a puppy, done some hard labour. You get it? I think some of you might read between the lines and got it correct. Yeah. But anyway. What should we do? Harry's making spaghetti, and he's not gonna come and chat to me. He's not gonna come and chat like a man. Can't do much, can we? Okay, another promotional video. Because sometimes that's all we've got.
Meet Matthew Taylor, Brighton's bold truth seeker. Not your average political figure, Taylor has always been a man with a mission. From exposing corruption to challenging the status quo, he's a self-styled evangelist for truth, justice and the future of Brighton. Taylor's gospel isn't about fire and brimstone. It's about enlightenment, exposure and empowerment. He believes we've all been blinded by deception, political corruption, media manipulation, you name it. His mission, to open our eyes. You sway what I say, Taylor tells his followers. His message is shaped by those who engage with him, turning his YouTube channel, MattTaylorTV, into a platform for thought-provoking content. Whether he's exposing conspiracies or calling out powerful figures, his message remains clear. Truth must prevail. As the leader of the King Arthur political party and a mayoral candidate in Brighton, Taylor is taking his evangelism from the digital realm to the real world. It's more than just politics. It's a crusade against corruption, a rebellion against the norm, and a call for Brighton's people to reclaim their power. Some call him controversial, but Taylor sees himself as a beacon of hope. His platform is built on justice, fairness, and giving a voice to the silenced. Whether standing against sinister tactics, media bias, or establishment narratives, Taylor's message is clear. He's for the people, against the corrupt, and ready to bring radical change. If you believe in truth, justice, and a better Brighton, Taylor's message is for you. The Church of Matthew Taylor isn't built of bricks and mortar. It's built of truth seekers and freedom fighters. This is the gospel of Matthew Taylor. Will you answer the call?
Harry's in the house. Harry. Good to have you, Harry. Harry. So. Oh, we've got someone in the chat. Coming on. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. Hello.
Just checking your stream's working, Matt.
Well, we've got to see if you get thrown out at any moment. Like
Exactly. We don't want any excuses, do we, for the when the star of the show turns up?
I know, but I do want to, I think we should all pay homage because Harry makes a point that he made his spag bowl from scratch. None of that shop brought sauce. So
very good, very impressive.
Is it impressive?
Maybe. Well, everything he does is impressive, surely.
Yeah.
Even the way he set fire to that car, he did it in style. Come on.
Come on now. So you're bringing up the past, aren't you? That's not very nice, is it?
I mean well, Matt. Come on. I mean well.
Bringing up the past.
If you mean well, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Yeah, because you can just say, well, I meant well, people misunderstood what I said, but I meant well.
And
Didn't mean any harm.
you know, we can say a lot of stuff in banter, can't we? That's allowed.
Yeah, banter. Yeah, that's good. We all have a bit of banter. But then again, who decides what is banter and what is mockery?
Yeah, good point.
No one likes to be mocked.
Well, but Harry likes to mock people. He said so.
Well, he's going to come on the panel in a minute, so we don't want to speak for him, do we?
Yeah.
Isn't it horrible when people speak for you?
I know. Yeah, that's it's a weird one, isn't it?
There's nothing worse than people speaking for you, because we've all got our own voices and we all stand by our own actions. We can't blame other people.
On your stream once by someone. Oh, yeah. You can always blame it. There's always someone to blame for putting you off. You know what I mean?
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. What you blame it on, Matt? You blame it on the boogie. Yeah, come on. Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Good times.
Good times.
Moonlight. Boogie. Come on, everyone in the chat. Sunshine. Woo. Moonlight.
Yeah.
Good times. Come on.
Love it.
Boogie.
I must admit, I'd love Harry to sing us that because he's got a great voice.
He's got the best voice.
And I'm not
I've heard him.
But
Yeah, I've heard him sing. He's got talent.
I'd love to kind of like have some of his music on my channel, but sadly, he'll just copyright strike it.
Why is that? Why strike the channel?
I'd like to ask him actually. You know what?
Yep.
He actually accuses you of sabotaging my channel.
Yeah. Well, do you remember I was sent in to destroy your channel when I came over to see you? They were saying that I was only going there, and I remember they said that they give it 6 weeks. They said, and you would be totally destroyed. But you're still in it.
The point is, I just want to make you've never done a copyright strike or privacy strike against me.
Yeah.
In fact, you know, I think you've been a great friend of the show.
Well, I said the other day in a comment, I hate it when people are falsely accused. I don't mind it if you're guilty. Like, when I've been in prison, I'll take my punishment. But to be falsely accused, nah, we don't need that.
No, not in this, you know, in this day and age. We're supposed to think we're a civilized society.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's something I'd like to have a conversation with Harry about. You know, so what is your motivation? But I mean, I think it's just using it as a weapon.
Well, guess what, Matt? We've proven that your stream's working fine.
Yes.
So I'm very conscious that I'm taking up his time. So I'll step down, and then the floor's all his, and then you and him can have a good man-to-man chat. You know.
Very kind of you. Very gracious of you.
Yeah. So we've done the stream. We've done the test stream.
Yeah.
This has been the test.
We know it works.
Yeah. There's absolute crystal clear. There's nothing wrong. Yeah. So we're looking forward to the rest of the show where a man-to-man. It's beautiful. This is what we want, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'll just voice out what I want to discuss.
Brilliant.
And so, you know, he'll be forewarned, so to speak.
So there's no excuses, is there? No. None at all. So looking forward to the rest of the show.
Well, you know, be aware that it can end at any moment.
But we know the stream's working okay, so that's good.
I'm not obliged to anyone to do this, you know.
No, but you know, at least there's the opportunity to come on the panel, and then obviously go from there. You know, look, you're not silly. Like, people can't you know, run all over you and take the piss, but at least come on the panel and at least speak. You know, that's the least we'd expect, isn't it?
I'm sure he would, because he's according to Emily at least anyway, a straight up kind of guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Emily won't go out of anyone, would she?
I think it would be a bit embarrassing if he didn't come on panel now, because I've come on. So that would make him look a bit silly, I think, if he didn't come on. Anyway, speak soon.
Okay, thanks ever so much for coming on.
Bye for now.
Bye. Oh, that's really kind of Justin to come on, wasn't it? So, yeah, I mean, some of the stuff I'd like to ask Harry is, about that, about mocking other people, because, does he regret saying that he just mocks? Because, he said, I'm not a bully. I just mock people here and there, call out lies too. Versus what Emily said about how a few months ago Harry is going through a bad time for being mocked, and Emily said it was horrendous. So I like to maybe discuss that, and then maybe we can discuss what he said about Katie's son. Still, I don't really feel any conclusive evidence has been provided for that. So maybe we can discuss that. And then, maybe on a more of a personal note, we can discuss all this bad fruit from a bad tree, type of thing. Do we want to go there? Do we want to have a conversation about our upbringing? It's something I'm more than willing to do. And so, as Justin reminds us, we have crystal clear audio. We've done a run through. It's working. Katie says he can seek professional help for his conduct, and that's brilliant. I'd like to. Well, that's really what I want to discuss with Harry is his conduct. I'd love for him to make me see how his conduct online is acceptable for someone who claims to be next to godliness, for someone who claims to be above reproach. How does he see his behavior online as acceptable? But of course, everyone's got an excuse not to do something. And Harry's tonight is that he's making spaghetti bolognese. But Harry wants you all to appreciate that he made his spag bowl from scratch. None of that shop brought sauce. So, how would you make your spag bowl? I'll do chopped onions, lean minced beef, oregano, mixed herbs, salt and pepper, tomato puree, then maybe some oxo cubes, simmer it all up, all lovely. And then of course some nice, what's that? It's not tomato sauce, it's tomato puree type thing in cartons. I've forgotten what it's called now. But listen, making your spag bowl from scratch, is that really so commendable? Well, I don't know. Am I just finding fault with Harry? Because I know Harry spends a lot of time finding fault with me. Oh look, Harry, I'd much rather you come on and discuss it. All I said was that Katie's son got caught up. Well, he never said got caught up. You said he got nabbed. All I said was that Katie's son was caught up with bacon hunters. But like I said, you never said caught up. You said he was nabbed, right? Caught up would have been different. If you'd said, I'd heard from Arthur that Katie's son had been caught up with bacon hunters, that would have been fine. That would be fine. But you did actually say he'd been nabbed by bacon hunters. So a bit different, being caught up as nabbed. And she said it was a mistake. You didn't say anything about it was a mistake at the time. You called her a nonce protector, which wasn't very nice. And that's what I mean by justifying your conduct online. Is it acceptable to call someone a nonce protector? Well, it's not the same thing. It's not really the same thing, but we can discuss it. And Mouse posted evidence of her saying these things in the past. So I haven't, well, but you haven't quite told the truth, Harry. You've embellished. You know what I mean? You've embellished. You passed on information that you heard and you embellished it along the way, which is fine, you know. I'm not saying that's unacceptable because we all do it. We all embellish. It's called Chinese whisper. We all exaggerate a story along the way. I never suggested they didn't make a mistake. Even saying I was, same thing. Hello to Lucius. I hope I pronounced that. Lucius. If you stood Monker on his head, you could go potholing down those nostrils. Oh, that's not very nice. That's not very nice, is it? Being mocked like that, is it, Harry, by Lucius? Apparently, Charlie's girl is in the house. Don't you know she's a Satanist, by the way? But hey, listen, no, nothing against Satanists. I can't see what Charlie's girl has to say, weirdly, because she's blocked me, quite frankly. So there we go. But I read now, I'm in and out just like some's critical thinking. Unblock me, Charlie's girl. Listen, you know, I've been a Satanist in my day. We could, you know, we've got a lot in common, really. So, where are we? Still, the full audio hasn't been played, right? Right. Okay, over to Harry, who says, Matt, you are ignoring the fact that she spoke to you about this, which Mal showed. Well, that fact is irrelevant, isn't it? I'll put my hands up. I'd forgotten all about that conversation. Okay? I'd forgotten all about that conversation, and I hadn't realised the significance of it. Right? I'll put my hand up for that. I don't know what you want me to do about that. But it still doesn't prove what you said about the son being nabbed. Because you made out what you made out. I've gone over it. Like, you know, let's talk about it, because at the moment we're just bitching. At the moment we're just bitching, you know? Blame it on the boogie, Katie. Yes. Blame it on the good time. Great song, though. Bloody great song. Don't blame it on the sunshine sushi. Fucking hell. I haven't drunk at all today. I've been on the water and herbal tea. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. So, okay, over to Harry. It says, it does prove it. It was all said. Right, in capital letters. I don't think it proves it. But it'd be better if you came on and explained it to us. You know what I mean? That would be better. If you came on and just explained it. Explain it to us. And then I think we would understand. Because I'm just going back to what was said, actually. And it was a long time. It was the end of December, wasn't it? That all this came about. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? I don't think we should get the tits in it. I'm just looking it up now, looking back in the archives. Looking back in the archives, can I say? Right, so. You actually, so you left some messages, didn't you, in the mouse's chat, and you said, you accused Katie's son of being a nonce who was nabbed by pedo hunters. You further allege that Katie herself is a nonce protector, insinuating that she supports offenders because of her son's alleged involvement. You claim this information came from an individual called Arthur Sofa, however you bloody pronounce it. In one inflammatory comment, you stated, Katie is a nonce protector. Now you know why she sticks by nonces, because her son is one and so is she. I mean, that, again, is that acceptable? Is that acceptable? The answer is no, isn't it? The answer is an emphatic no. That is not acceptable. John Smith. Hello, John Smith. So that's interesting. John Smith is someone who's blocked me. So John Smith is obviously a sock puppet account of someone we know. Someone who's blocked me. I don't think it takes $1 million to guess who John Smith is. Very, very, very amusing. So, quite funny, actually. It is quite funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Where are we? So I don't really feel as if that explains anything. I see you, CJ. Charlie's girl. Ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da. So, it doesn't look like Harry's coming on. Does Harry reside on the Black Horse Lane? Asks Katie. Oh. I mean, that's perfectly reasonable. If Harry came on and said, oh, listen, I've heard that Katie's son got caught up with some bacon hunters and that she went on Matt's place and said something and, you know, that it was a mistake and her son was set up, that would be factually correct, wouldn't it? That would be factually correct. But Harry didn't say that. Harry did not say that. Harry said Katie's son was nabbed by pedo hunters. He called her. Well, I've just gone through it. What's he said? And so then, we get Helen Janes into it. Miss Janes comes in and says, I've got a recording. And it's an eye-opener because it then reveals to you who's been clipping everything. You know, who clips. It seems as though Miss Janes clips. Hey, listen, I clip too. If my name is mentioned, I usually clip it. But what's funny is most of the time Harry clips. Harry talks about me and I clip it. And then when I put it up, I get a privacy strike. So that's another thing I'd like to discuss with Harry. You know, using privacy strikes and copyright strikes as weapons. Because according to Emma, you really don't give a fudge of what's put up about you. But is that a lie in itself? You do really care what's put up about you, don't you? Because you don't like being mocked. None of us really like being mocked, do we? None of us really deep down like to be mocked. But you like to mock because you defend yourself by saying, I'm not a bully. I just mock people. I just mock scumbags here and there. Monker is too afraid to go on Matt's panel. He's a fire starter. Does Harry still reside on Black Horse Lane? Asks Katie. Choose life, not a knife. Wow. Harry certainly comes out with the wisdom, doesn't he, eh? He certainly comes out with the wisdom, that's for sure. But as Justin likes to remind us at this time, don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Yes, indeed. So, Miss Janes then comes on and says, I've got a recording of that. I've got a recording in which Katie said this to Justin and Matt. Lo and behold, that recording gets played on Trouser Mouses. And all it is Katie explaining that a fake pedo page had been set up to entice her son, and that it drove him to near suicide. And I got the impression that he was in hospital as well. Jane's proof. Let me listen to it myself. Someone online here targeted my child in January 2021 to troll him to kill himself. So someone in the audience, very close to this trolling group, made up a fake pedo page and acted and posed as a child. We know who does that. James Hine does that. Someone they don't call out for his actions, but James Hine poses as a child. And so these same individuals pretending to be children not only targeted Katie's son, try and drive him to suicide. And remember, this ended up in the hospital, so something happened. They also tried it on Katie. Well, that certainly isn't what you lot are making it out to be. Plisco's group, yes. So this is the same group who created a fake Facebook of myself. Posting comments saying I wanted to blow up refugee boats and blow up the Houses of Parliament, in which the Prevent team got in contact with me, pulled me in, asked me why I'm saying these things, which from a fake account, but also Katie was also cloned on Facebook. You know, this happened. People out there that you lot know who it is, i.e. Plisco's group, you know who done that. You lot are privy, if not actually involved, in creating fake accounts in other people's names and maintaining that account, servicing that account, putting out content, pretending to be another person with the intention of getting that person into trouble. And at the moment, you've got away with it. At the moment, you've had free reign to commit serious crime. So no, Tony, it doesn't weigh up. What you have said is still what you have said, and it's a million miles to what the truth is. So I think you owe Katie an apology. Be man enough, be that close to good godliness to admit to Katie that what you done was unacceptable. Then maybe you can start repairing some of the respect you've lost. I was cloned by Plisco when he called into your live, Matt. Right, there you go. Emily, I feel very sorry for your cousin. Okay, I feel very sorry for your cousin. Bullied him to death. Okay, that's someone done that, Emily. Someone did that. Someone committed a serious crime by creating a fake account and bullying someone to death. And sadly, your cousin isn't the only one. It's happened to many people. And it continues to happen to people. As Katie says, they tried to do it to her son. And this is why this behaviour has got to be called out. Then I heard some women on your stream blame me and causing a lot of upset. Vile woman. So is this a thing between you and Katie now? Is this what's happening now? Because I think what you've done is very evil and sick, Harry. By saying what you said about Katie, evil and sick. I think someone needs a conversation here. Someone needs to talk about it. That's what needs to happen. Because ultimately, if none of us created these accounts, we're in the clear. But the people who created these accounts, they're the ones who have committed a crime and need to be brought to justice. Katie said, despite not knowing Emily or her husband, that Emily was to blame, sick as it gets. Hey, listen. Katie said, isn't it worthwhile Katie tells us what she said? Because that you do that a lot, Harry. You tell us what other people said. I heard you in conversation telling people what I said. But it isn't really what I said, was it? So why don't we let Katie explain what she said? And the context behind it. Because quite frankly, Harry, you've got no credibility. So it doesn't matter what you say, because you are a Billy bullshitter. You know, and I don't take any gratification in saying that and then lambasting you in public. But you've already proven that you spread out falsities, that you spread out bullshit. There's Emily T calling other people keyboard bully, but that's the same label we could apply to Emily. You know, it's just, you're a bully, no, you're a bully, you're a bully, no, you're a bully. It gets us nowhere. Yes, that's right. Oh, right. You're not, you two aren't going to get anywhere, are you? I think that's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Some of you say the most ridiculous things, you know that. And look, myself included, I'm not excusing myself, you know. I will say it as it is, not act all confused. Yes. It's very easy to act confused, isn't it? Oh, I didn't know what I was going on about. I didn't understand the context. Lucius is in there. Lucius is going to say something. All right, Emily. All right. No, I don't know if Lucius sounds like this. All right, Emily. Didn't Monka attack me and you about Sharon Gale first? Yes. Playing victim over her dead cousin. Yeah, she is. You are playing victim, Emily. I don't know why you brought him into it, really. Do any of us know your cousin? You know, condolences on his passing. But how is that relevant? You know, bringing your cousin into the equation, how is that relevant? We were talking about Katie, Harry, and her son being pushed to suicide. Something evidently happened because he was in hospital when all this, when the story was relayed. Well, not when the story was relayed, but it ended up being in hospital. She's been told about her actions. She would do well to take notes. All right, there we go. Too afraid to go on a panel in capital letters. Hey, listen. We've all bullied people, okay? We've all bullied people. And we've all mocked people. Emily has not been excluded from that. Emily has bullied. You've bullied. We've all bullied. We've all mocked people. Don't make out Emily is whiter than white. An angel from heaven. Okay? Emily's bullied nobody. She hates them for good reason. You know what I mean? Emily doesn't hate no one. But when she does hate someone, it's for bloody good reason. Yeah, back in the day. Yes, thank you. You know, back in the day is every day. Like Harry ended on the bottle because of her, not because of me. Oh, controversial. Controversial that is, isn't it? Eh? I've heard that before today. That's probably not very nice, is it, Harry? Being accused of being pushed to the bottle by your girlfriend. Terrible thing to say. But mind you, I only drink when I go up and see my magical imaginary girlfriend. which is a lie, of course. I went over to see my cousin, my sister and niece the other night, and I had four cans of Goblin Gold. Oh, it was lovely. It was. I refuse to be blamed for their abuse, says Katie. I love it. I love the conviction. Harry has a lot to say. I won't come on the panel, says Justin. No, Emily is not a bully. Hey, look, Harry. Emily is just admitted to bullying. Yeah, back in the day. You know what I mean? Right? We've all bullied. We're all bullies, Harry. We are all bullies. All of us are. We've all been nasty. We've all mocked. We've all put the foot in, the boot in. Okay? It's what we all do on YouTube. So don't come in here throwing your facts around, showing your opinions around as facts. Harry is afraid of Matt. They stick together and use what others say, says Emily. Having a good laugh. No character. Oh, Harry. You're such a white knight, mate. You're such a white knight. Emily has only brought joy, love, and happiness. So there's no way she's led me to addiction. Well, hey, I don't think anyone used the word addiction. But mind you, in that time where you came on, you showed yourself. To which I found it quite funny that Emily was very put out. It seemed to me that Emily was a bit embarrassed by you coming out and showing your face. Which I thought wasn't very nice of Emily, really. I was like, about time. About time Harry comes on and shows his face. There's no big deal. That's Harry, you know. And then Emily made a big deal of it, saying, oh, don't show yourself. Are you mad? You know what I mean? But going back to that, a lot of people did think you were on something. A lot of people said that. A lot of people said you were on something. That Harry, he's on something. And I'll tell you, it's not vodka. That looked like you were on amphetamines. That looks like you were on the right powder or something. It takes a certain level of depravity, says Katie. Emily has reacted to your awful twants. Yes? Fair enough. And you weaponized it. Oh, did I? Just like you weaponize privacy strikes, eh, Harry? So, Harry, you know, are you really bothered about what people say about you, or do you use privacy strikes as a weapon? I reckon yes to both. You are worried. You are upset about what people say about you. You don't like being mocked, okay? And you do use copyright strikes and privacy strikes as weapons. So I don't really need to ask. You're not going to come on, so that's fair enough. You're not going to come on. I get that. So that's fine, you know. Harry's not allowed to come onto your panel, Matt. I get it now, yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, how do you feel about that, Harry? Because I get the impression Emily doesn't want you to be yourself. And I'm not trying to drive a wedge in between you. Please don't, you know. I can see how it may be construed that I'm trying to drive a wedge between you two, but that's not my intention. I'm only observing what I see, okay? So please forgive me, but I'm certainly not implying, or it's certainly not my intention to drive a wedge between you both. But from how I see it, and it's just my humble opinion, I do see Emily holding you back from being yourself. And a lot of people have done that. I've noticed there's a pattern of women holding you back, Harry. Because when you came on showing yourself, I thought, brilliant, about time. About time. He's a weird looking bloke, but at least he's showing himself. And in fact, at one point you said, I don't care. I don't care what I look like. I'm happy with myself. I'm at peace with who I am. And I'm going to come on and show myself on camera. And I actually gave you a salute. I said, yes, well done, Harry. But who was the person who turned that camera off? Emily was. Emily was embarrassed. Emily was embarrassed about you. She didn't want people to know that she was dating someone who looked like you and who conducted themselves like you on camera. That's why she was so keen to get you off camera. And I think that's a bit, I didn't like that. I thought it was a bit nasty. Have you met their mother's psychotic partner yet? Wow, says Katie. Ta-da. Yes, Katie's like on a roll. The link is up for you, Harry. But isn't that a lesson for all of us men, isn't it? We mustn't let the women hold us back. I remember with the mother of my children, Karina, she used to go to me, oh, God, can't you just make a decision? So I said, okay, I've made the decision and we're doing this. Oh, I didn't want you to do that. Can't you change it? Okay, so here we go. Matthew, stop it. She loves the real me. We are both laughing at this assertion. She needs real, and I always was, which really bothered Justin. Oh, really did it? So, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting because, again, what you're doing is you are telling us how somebody else thinks, which I find very interesting and quite narcissistic. And it's, again, that's a word you've leveled against me. But I think this really sums up your narcissism. So what you're doing here is you're telling us how Justin felt towards Emily. Isn't it up to Justin to tell us how he feels towards Emily, rather than you tell us how Justin feels towards Emily? That's just my observation. You know, it's just my observation. But I would love for you to come on the panel and have an adult conversation for you to explain it more. Because at the moment, what we're getting is you bitch, I bitch, you bitch, I bitch. We're not having that conversation. We're not having that real-time conversation, which can make all the difference. And this is a great opportunity to have that conversation. And I'm disappointed that we're not having that conversation. Harry is so real, but he can't go on the panel. Nothing compared to you. Katie, Emily has met my mother and other family. My mother loves her like her own daughter. Wow. Harry's mum loves me. Kissy, kissy, kissy. That's so lovely. I'm very happy for you both. There was some moment, didn't I? Oh yeah, this is another thing I want to talk to you about. Harry, you know, you see Trouser Mouse as your leader. How did you feel about the Mouse bringing in that Hollow Pond article, making us all aware of that? I mean, not very nice, was it? None of us would have known about that article, would we? It was all the way in 2013. And that Tony Harris, can you confirm that Tony Harris in the Hollow Pond article was you or not? I wasn't particularly impressed with Trouser Mouse bringing that in. I I mean, what was the motivation behind Trouser Mouse doing that? What was he or she trying to get at? I don't get it. What was the whole point of bringing that to our attention? You know? What's all that about? What's all that about? And that's another thing I'd like to ask you. You know, are you the Tony Harris? Can you confirm whether it was you in that article or not? Does Emily's son love their new stepdad? And have you met Emily's sons yet, Harry? And what's the age difference between you and Emily's sons? But listen, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of questions you don't want to answer, which I totally get, you know. Is too real. Or best not bring anyone else in, Harry. Like you said, you know, I'm a bit confused about what you're talking about now. So the link is up, but you can come on and explain it to me. No, it's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Shall we have a little promotional song? Go on then. You twisted my arm. You twisted my arm. Oh yeah, no. Oh right, Tony the Fudge. This song, yeah. This is dedicated to
Tony
you.
says he don't mind. He laughs and lets it go. Mobs the scumbags left and right. Puts on a little show. Emily swears he doesn't care. It's nothing, just a joke. But behind the scenes, the strikes go out. Funny how that broke. Privacy complaints, take down claims for a man who's got no shame. But if he really didn't care, why is he playing this unfair? So if you did it, Emily, tell us what is true. Does he brush it off or does it come right through? He's laughing in the daylight, crying in the dark, fighting all those strikes like a coward with no heart. A few months back, it wasn't fun. The mockery was horrendous. Now he's made us steal again. Guess the pain was just pretenders. Says he's calling out the lies, but can't take the same in kind for a man who doesn't care. He's got complaints to file and sign. Privacy complaints, take down claims for a man who's got no shame. But if he really didn't care, why is he playing this unfair? So which is it, Emily? Tell us what is true. Does he brush it off or does it come right through? He's laughing in the daylight, crying in the dark, filing all those strikes like a coward with no heart. Mockery is a two-way street, but Tony's lost his shoes. Throws the punches, dodges his, afraid of all the bruises. Emily dear, your words don't match, the truth is clear to see. Tony's not the man he claims, he's just hypocrisy. So which is it, Emily? Tell us what is real. Tony's either a rice cold or he hates the way it feels. Can't have it both ways, the mask is wearing thin. Turns out Tony's just another man who hates the mess he's in. Back and what you said, Emily. Tell us what is true. Does he brush it off or does it cut right through? He's laughing in the daylight, crying in the dark, filing all those strikes like a coward with no heart. Filing all those strikes like a coward with no heart. With no heart. With no heart. One with no heart. With no heart. One with no heart.
thanks, Harry. So, this is interesting. I'm talking about Hollow Ponds. The mouse did not post that. Well, the mouse posted it. Definitely. That's where I became aware of it. But you saying someone else posted it beforehand. So are you implying someone else posted it and it was picked up by the mouse? Right, I got you. Yeah, okay. News to me. News to me. So can you confirm that was you, by the way? Because in the article, you said it was definitely started by... It was definitely intentionally started. But anyway, yeah, that's one of the questions I'd like to ask. I wasn't aware of anybody else putting that up. I remember the mouse bringing it to our attention. But it's good to see you defend the mouse, Harry, because, you know, you should defend your leader, shouldn't you? And is that something you still stand by as well? Do you still stand by that? Do you still consider the mouse your leader? Cool. Okay, yeah, so according to the mouse posted it a long time after her. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that. Obviously, I wasn't subscribed to the person in question's channel. Oh, very interesting. But I wonder, so what, but still, what was the motivation? You know, you have to start maybe answering the questions I ask. That would be good. Maybe just listen to the questions I ask rather than answering the questions that you want answering. What was the motivation of Mouse posting it long time after her? Okay, that's, you know, I'll rephrase it. That's what I want to get down to. What was the Mouse's motivation for posting it? Was the Mouse implying that you were responsible for it? Because, you know, critical thinking, I know something Charlie's girl is keen on. Critical thinking implies that if someone's got a conviction for arson, is at the location of a fire, any critical thinker would make that connection. I'm just putting that out there for discussion. Is it him? Why can't he answer that? So, yeah, I mean, was it you? I take it that it was him, because he would have denied it by now if it wasn't. I mean, that information has been in the public domain for a year. I mean, of course, from 2013, but I was only made aware of it in the last 12 months, and he's never denied it. Mouse isn't my leader. I'm just being honest. Oh, so were you being dishonest when you said Mouse was your leader, or was that just a joke? Because, you know, that's cool. You're allowed to have a joke, Harry. You're allowed to have a jest. You're allowed to mock people. Oh, yeah, and that was talking about that. My little video I just played then. You don't mind that, do you, Harry? There's a little bit of gentle mockery, wasn't it? It's no big deal, though, is it, Harry? A bit of gentle mockery. I mean, you're not going to cry to headmaster, are you? Because you've had a bit of gentle mockery. Ultimately, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of gentle mockery, is there? Surely. Because you like to mock. And I like to mock. Let's get together and have a mockery. So, you know, Katie says, is it him? Why can't he answer that? To which Justin says, good question. Lucius reiterates with the question, was it you, Monks? Deflecting, Harry says, ask Mouse. Lucius, Monks is too scared to talk to Matt. So it seems. Yes, so it seems. Hey, come on, look, we all know it was him. But yeah, it'll be nice to hear it from your voice. I mean, I'd rather you come on and we hear it. Because I think it's definitely you. Tony Harris, for goodness sake. You know. At first, I thought it was a barbecue. But when I went closer, I thought, woohoo, that's no barbecue. Katie is taking quotes from the news article, Harry. Katie, the same name and the same age. Oh, well, it definitely was him. Definitely was him. Oh, yeah, so that you reminded me now. Because I thought you and Emily had split up. Because it was about the time you're obviously on something. You're on some amphetamines of some description. And then you went live and you showed us all your face. And it was just like... It was brilliant. I loved it. I had a right laugh. Someone said you look like a nodding Arab. It made me laugh. It's only a bit of gentle mockery, mate. So don't get upset about it. Yeah, only a bit of gentle mockery. But I love that when someone said you look like a nodding Arab. So you're obviously on amphetamines. You went on camera, nodding Arab. Brilliant. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Of course, Emily got upset. Emily got a bit humiliated. She didn't really want anyone to know that you looked such a freakoid. And then, I think, was that before or after that Hallow Pond came out? Because I remember I made a big deal of it. I jumped in with both feet. And then all of a sudden you went quiet, didn't you? You went quiet for a couple of months. We didn't hear anything from you and Emily. And I really thought that you'd split up. Emily says, I can tell you that Harry doesn't live there or near there. Oh, wow. Thank you, Emily. And I can tell you categorically, without even knowing where Katie lives, that she lives nowhere or anywhere near Edinburgh Castle. I'd just like to clarify that. I'll make a right doo-doo if we find out Katie lives at Edinburgh Castle. Lucius, it's definitely him. Of course it's him. Come on. No drugs. That's what everybody else said. I think there was somebody, what was her name? Zara B. She goes, whatever's Harry's on, she'd like some as well. That made me laugh. No drugs. It was just vodka. It was just vodka. No drugs. Not that bullshit. No drugs. It was just vodka. No. I'm sure Harry hasn't run away. I'm sure he's serving the spag bowl up. Which I hasten to add, he made from scratch. None of that potted glass sauce. None of that bullshit. She told us there was an investigation, yet here she is. Yes. Gone to prepare the plates. Hopefully he doesn't throw them. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, and is it really any of my business? You know, because I was going to ask, you know, what happened in that time where you went quiet? Did you have a trial separation? But really, that's none of my business. Okay, so I wouldn't ask that. There's some things I wouldn't ask. Some things are personal, you know, And I think one of those personal things is whether a couple had a trial separation. I don't think that's something anyone else should know about other than the couple. So I certainly wouldn't be asking that. If only Harry was gracious enough to come on and talk, you know, considering what he said about me. You know, he said some pretty nasty stuff. Bad fruit from a bad tree. You know, fucking hell, Harry. Fucking hell, Harry. You do know, Harry, that, you know, some of the stuff that you've said about me online, if you said that to my face, it would take great self-control not to kind of like, you know, give you a, you know, a cheeky slap around your face, really. But mind you, to be fair, that's something you've said I need, isn't it? I need a good slapping. So, you know, what's good for this, good for the goose is good for the gander. Never really understood that myself. Yes, Matt, Katie doesn't live in Edinburgh. Oh, wow, a bit of doxing. We all love a bit of doxing. A lot of people smoke weed, says Emily. Smoked it years ago and was so sick. But someone in your chat smoked like there's no tomorrow. Right, I don't think we should bring Charlie's Girl into it, mate. You know, let's leave Charlie's Girl aside. And, you know, and let's certainly not bring her religion into it as well. So, I don't know what you're bringing Charlie's Girl into this for. We all know Charlie's Girl likes a lot of dope and that she's a Satanist. Let's just move on. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Emily, you're very confusing. You're a very weird person, to be fair. But hey, we're all weird. You know, don't let that go to your head. We're all weird. Okay? That's what makes us unique. Our weirdness makes us unique. Okay? Good. Oh. Is it Harry? Oh, so who are you talking about then, Emily? Pray tell. Who are you talking about? Apparently someone in your chat smokes like there's no tomorrow. Who could it be? If it's not Charlie's Girl, who could it be? Do you smoke? Katie, do you smoke dope as if there's no tomorrow? Or does Justin smoke dope as if there's no tomorrow? Or does Lucius? Ooh, I doubt if Emily would actually name anyone because it's just easier to be vague and just put stuff out there and not qualify it. Yeah, of course, Emily doesn't know. Emily doesn't know. But there's someone out there who does. There's someone in the chat smokes like there's no tomorrow, but Emily doesn't know. Emily, honestly, I've said it once and I'll say it again. You're weird. You are weird. You know, not Justin. Lucius claims it's not him. Or are you claiming it's me? But I'm not really in the chat, am I? I'm the host. They know who they are. Wow. Are we talking about Harry, are we? It must be Harry. It's got to be Harry. Obviously, it's Harry. Surely. Mind you, I bet Harry does a lot of drugs now. Eh? But Emily, it's not very nice saying things and then not qualifying it. Right? So look, we're not gonna play Guess Who. Okay? We're not gonna play Guess Who. Tight leather pants. Ooh. Oh wait. Well, listen, we got 10 minutes left, okay, folks. We've got 10 minutes left. Well, I'm not going to bore you for 3 hours. I've bored you up to 2 hours, and that's enough. Lucia says, I'm scared to have a coffee in case it keeps me up past 10. I really want one, laugh out loud. Honestly, I was tempted to go and get myself some beer tonight, but I thought, no, lay off the beer. So I'm very happy I stuck with the herbal tea and a glass of water. Yes. Harry doesn't give a fudge. Of course he doesn't. And have we got any? Are we any the wiser? I just feel as if I've been bitching all night, to be fair. I've had no conversation except with Justin, of course. But I don't feel as if I'm none the wiser about anything. Oh, yeah, and that's it. Oh, there's so much I want to... I find it funny how Harry is amazed that I tell the truth about what's happened in my life. You know what I mean? It's like, I haven't got a quote in front of me, but he says things like, Andy said that. What idiot says that? Or what idiot would admit that? Implying that he wouldn't if he was in that position. Hey, listen, things happen to me in my life. I'd much rather they didn't happen, but they did. And of course I'll tell you about it, because that's the truth. I'm a truth seeker, man. And so I'm not going to go around telling the truth about you and you and you and then keep it from you about me. And I find it very peculiar as well. Harry, you know, what is this idiot telling the truth about himself for? As if he wouldn't. Of course I'll tell you the truth. Good and bad. Because that's the truth. And the fact that Harry criticises me for it implies that he will keep things to himself because he doesn't want the audience to know about it. And I don't trust anyone who does that, to be fair. Harry was top scared to talk man with you, Matt. Yes. What's such a shame. I feel as if there's an opportunity lost. We had an opportunity to do something special. But that opportunity slipped between our hands. It's turned into a live of the Emily and Spunker show, says Katie. Hey, listen. I'm all for the Emily and Spunker show. I think it's waiting to happen. And remember, once it does happen, Trouser Mouse will be your first guest. Now, if there's ever a reason to go live on YouTube and start the Emily and Spunker show, that's it. Come on. Come on, Emily. Come on, Spunker. Let's get the Emily and Spunker show up and running. Let's get it up and running. Let's get it rimming. That's it. Let's get the Emily and Spunker show up and rimming on YouTube ASAP. So Justin says, Harry had an opportunity to talk man to man with you, Matt, but he couldn't handle it. Yes. Who is Emily Turner when she's at home? Isn't Emily Turner a film star? Who sent her in? Wow. A lot of questions. Interesting, the same name was used on the podcast. Oh, yes, the podcast thing. Yes. But hey, listen, a lot of people have got the same names. You know what I mean? But wouldn't that be interesting if Emily T turns out to be a double agent, hey? Who's been put in? That would make a great subplot, wouldn't it, to any horror thriller? Oh, I quite like that, actually. I wouldn't mind incorporating that into my horror thriller I'm writing at the moment. Think they're all in the Helen James gang. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Lies stick together like glue, says Katie. What gang? Well, you're in the mouse gang, aren't you? The Plisco group. Of course you are. What are you on about? Deflection. We're not in a gang. We're not in a gang. Yes. Helen was helping Emily to make claims against me. Yet here she is, yes. In fact, Miss James actually rung up Sussex Police and complained on Emily's behalf. I know that for a fact. Yes. Emily knows exactly, Matt. Yes. She is a chaos agent. Oh. I'd have to agree with Katie there, actually. I would have to agree that Emily T is a chaos agent. Yes. Yes, indeed. For the record, news story at Hollow Pond isn't me. Just like I wasn't the loan shark from Southend. Oh, wow. Wow, Here we have it, everyone. Harry Munker has denied being the individual at the Hollow Ponds. Fascinating. And I can confirm it is the real Harry. I just wish to share the screen with you there. That appears to be the real Harry, everyone. Am I not? About this channel is Harry's picture of a baby deer. Bit weird. Joined 24th of December, Christmas Eve 2024. 6 subscribers. Harry Munker, no, Munker Forever 7. So, fascinating. Fascinating, Harry. Harry denies. Harry denies being the Tony Harris on the Hollow Pond arson. No, you don't, Matt, because it ain't true. What, are you telling me what I believe? Fake victims who take away services from genuine victims. I didn't know that. You've got me. You've got me, says Emily. I am a double agent or chaos agent. Hello, Ponds. Same name, same age. Just saying. Well, Harry denies. Harry denies being the Tony Harris in the Hollow Ponds. If ever we find out it's you, Harry, that is you dead and buried. If ever we find out that is you, you are dead and buried. I want no more to do with you. You'd be perpetually banned from MattTaylorTV. Came towards me in 2021 out of nowhere. She's been obsessed ever since. Yes. Hey, listen, everyone. Thanks for ever so much. It's coming up to 2 hours. I'll let you get on with your evening. Okay, thanks you ever so much, Katie. Thanks for Justin. Thanks for Lucius. Thanks for Emily. Thanks for Harry. Thanks for everyone who came in. John Smith and Charlie's girl. The token Satanists. Thank you ever so much for coming in. And, you know, as always, let's remember, Harry never lies. Harry never lies. Oh, Lenny. I'm just shutting up, Lenny. I'm just shutting up, mate. Unbelievable how I missed the lives. I know, mate. I'm shutting up now, mate. I'm shutting it up. Oh, mate. Oh, God. Oh, mate. Sorry, mate.
Tony's got a lot to say behind the little screen, throwing shots from far away, never to be seen. Mocks and laughs, calls out names, acting like he's tough, but when he's called to face the heat, suddenly it's rough. Privacy strikes, takes on fights, running scared in the dead of night. If he really doesn't care, why is he hiding over there? Will he face the fire, stand and fight? or just keep bitching in the night? Is he brave or just afraid? Tony, come on, don't evade. And O can see the chance to talk, but will he take the call, or will he slither back again and never show it all? Will he come and take a stand? Does he give a fudge? Or is he just another name too scared to budge? Privacy strikes, take down fights, running scared in the dead of night. If he really doesn't care, why is he hiding over there? Will he face the fire, stand and fight, or just keep bitching in the night? Is he brave or just afraid? Tony, come on, don't evade. Will he fade? Will he fade? Will he come on, don't evade? Will he fade? Will he fade? Will he come on, don't evade? Here's your chance, don't run away. Say it loud, say it plain. But if you hide and duck the game, guess we'll know you're just the same. What's the play? Will you talk or run away? Time to show what you're about, or shut your mouth and stay out. Will you face the fire, stand and fight, or just keep bitching in the night? Is he brave or just afraid? Tony, come on, don't evade. Will he fade? Will he fade? Will he come on, don't evade? Will he fade? Time to show what you're about, or shut your mouth and stay out.
Hey, look, Harry, you're welcome to come on and take over the show for a while. Otherwise, listen, you know, I've had a long day, and you know, I can't be sitting here all night. You know what I mean? So listen, if you want to come on, you can take over the show for an hour. You can say what you want. I'll have a bit of a break. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's this all about? Oh, okay. I know. You do love reporting, don't you? Hey, listen, this is it. I'm going to play us out. I wish I could stay live a bit longer, everyone. But I'm shagged, basically. I am shagged. So, thanks for watching. The outro.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.